Then you will require a board approval. Company must prepare a detailed ESOP scheme in compliance with the SEBI stock-based employee benefit and sweat equity regulation 2021 that outlines the eligibility criteria, number of options to be issued, and the pricing mechanism which needs to be approved by the shareholders. So the first step after the informal discussion is done is to obtain the board approval. After the board approval, it is the shareholders approval. Section 62, subsection 1B of the Companies Act empowers the board to issue the ESOPs. So once the board approval is done, then company needs to go to the shareholders and avail the shareholders approval. So the approval of the shareholders is required, number one, because the shares are being issued to persons other than the existing shareholders, and that is where shareholders approval will be required. Having done that, having taken the approval of the board, approval of the shareholders, now do the filing of form MDT 14 within 30 days about the resolution for issuance of the ESOPs. Employee communication. So बोर्ड का अप्रूवल आ गया, शेयर होल्डर्स का अप्रूवल आ गया, आरओसी फाइलिंग भी हो गई. नाउ व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप? नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज नाउ टू communicate with the employees. Communicate what? Communicate, number one, the entire scheme to them. So the employees who are eligible, they must get a communication from the management about the scheme, telling number one, grant of options, vesting conditions, exercise process, tax implication, virtually speaking, the entire scheme. So the employee communication is the next step after the shareholders approval. After that, granting, vesting and exercise of options. So grant options to employees and directors as per ESOP scheme approved by the shareholders in a board meeting. Ensure the vesting period is clearly defined and complies with the scheme's term. Typically, the vesting period would be 3 to 5 years. It can be less, it can be more. Exercise price set based on market value or discounted as per scheme terms, and also vesting conditions. So specify the conditions under which employee will earn the right to exercise options, or it can be time based or it can be performance based. So the vesting conditions can be time based, so 2 years in employment, or it can be performance based, and the performance based criteria can vary from the person to person depending on the function of that employee. Having done that, the next step is issuance of shares and listing. Issue shares to employees on the exercise of options. File necessary documents with the stock exchanges and other compliance documents. Remember, Rule 12, Rule 15 and as well the provisions of HEMA require documentation, monitoring and reporting of the ESOPs. So there is a necessity of ongoing monitoring and disclosure. Number one, maintain records of ESOP grant, vesting and exercise process for future compliance checks. Regularly update employees regarding the status of their options. Disclose any modification or amendment to the ESOP scheme. Track compliance with the vesting and exercise conditions throughout the duration of the scheme. So this is what is the requirement of ongoing monitoring and disclosure.